everybody? Stefan here from Mod to Fame. Going to be doing a new section of the vlog, or just another part of the vlog. I'm going to be calling this little series "What Should I Do?" And what I'm going to basically be asking is, as it's the winter time now here in New York, so not a lot going on with mods or taking the car out, but perfect opportunity to start getting a game plan together. Hopefully be ready to roll for like April, May, June. Those are usually like really good times. So for this one, for my first one, I wanted to talk to you guys about my C5 Corvette. Just to tell you a little bit about the car. It's a car that I've had since I think 2006. I think so. 6, 7. Anyway, 7 maybe. But currently the car is pretty far along as far as like the way it looks. To me, I love the way it looks. Like the way it drives. Forced suspension components. It has C6, Z06, pretty much everything. So underneath, it's pretty much that. As for the motor, it's a cam only car. But when people say cam only, they forget about everything else. So in my case, I'm going to tell you it's a 228 230 with a 112 LSA cam. That's with full bolt-on. So Veraram intake, long tube headers, Corsa pace car, I think they call it, exhaust, and it was tuned by ECS. It has upgraded underdrive pulleys, 243 gears. I changed out the gears for the manual gearbox to have a little bit shorter gears, and the stall is about a 20, I think it's a 24 or 2600 stall converter, because the car is an auto car. I know. But at the time when I got the car, it had, it was like 12,000 miles on the car, and it was the perfect color combination. I wanted white. The car is Speedway white, so not that common of a color. And it was more important to me to have the car and options that I wanted more so than whether it was automatic or manual. That being said, currently the car put down about 385 to the tire, and that was on ECS's dyno, which is, I forgot what it's called, but it's a dyno where you take off the wheels and it bolts onto the actual rotors themselves. It reduces wheel spin or anything like that. I'm going to remember the name of the dyno. If not, I'll put the link in the description for East Coast Supercharging. You can take a look at their dyno. But the car put down about 385 and about the same amount of torque. With that, I mean, very, 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 very nice car to drive. I mean, those cars weigh somewhere about 3,300 pounds, so not very heavy, but moves very well, especially with the shorter gears, stall converter, and all that stuff. The list of kills is pretty decent, but with technology now, cars being so fast, every car coming with turbos, it's hard out here. It really is. I mean, years ago with the setup that I have now, I mean, it was, Gallardo's, F430s, other Corvettes. All of those cars were not a problem for me. Anyway, so now what I kind of want to get to is, because I have the Panamera Turbo, which is a pretty fast car already, and I can use it on a daily basis, unless the Vet is like crazy fast, it doesn't make any sense. So that's what I want to talk to you about. I'm ready to go ahead and turn the Vet into, somewhat of a monster. I want to do it in stages though. So I also have 243 heads. I forgot about that part. So it's basically the heads that come on LS2s, which is in GTO, C6 Corvettes, and I didn't have them like ported or anything like that, but I just slapped them on there. Got a nice little bump in power. LS6 intake is another thing that I forgot to mention. The car is also set up for, but I never use it, nitrous. I'm running dyno tune nitrous, their kit, 150 shot. Once or twice I use it, and yes, it's hella fast. But with my LS1 and one of my valves seals is gone, so I'm getting a little bit more smoke than I like, and I'm noticing like little oil splatter on the back bumper. And for that reason alone, because I want to change that valve, I'm figuring it's a perfect opportunity for me to do a build with the car and just go crazy. So I'm going to start out by telling you my stage 1 goal and my stage 2 goal. Hopefully stage 1 can be completed and the car will be out and about in April. And hopefully stage 2 can be completed with the car out and about again sometime in August, maybe. Stage 1, my power goal is, and this is just motor, no forced induction, nothing. My power goal is I'd like the car to put down about 450. And here's what I'm thinking how I could possibly get there. For all you LS people, maybe you can point me in the right direction, I don't know. But what I'm thinking is I could probably do kind of a budget iron block build. The reason why I say budget is because I'm doing 2 builds at once. I'm doing the Panamera, which we'll talk about in another video, and I'm doing this C5. So I am not made of money. I'm a working guy. That's it. I work really hard, and I love cars, and my girlfriend likes to go out to eat, and I like to live comfortably. So I repeat, do not suggest things that are going to cost astronomically more than what I'm talking about, but all suggestions are welcome. So what I'm thinking is budget build using an LQ9 block from an Escalade truck, the truck motor, either LQ9 or LY6. The reason why I'm thinking going with the iron block is because for stage 2, I want to throw a ton of boost at it with stock everything. I mean, the thing is, if I get it done and it lasts me through the rest of the year, I'm good with that. I don't have a problem pulling the motor back out, and at that time, next year, put it in the budget to forge that motor. Because remember, by next year, I'll have a completed Porsche and I won't have to do both. So what I'm thinking is put the truck motor in it, LQ9 or LY6, possibly LQ4, if the numbers are right. But basically that is the 6-liter equivalent to, I guess, an LS2, except the LY6 is like almost kind of like the truck motor or bottom end of the LS3. That is my understanding. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. That's fine. So I'm thinking to do that base, right? Put my cam in it, transfer over. This is where I'm lost. So I could send my heads out, right? Get them ported, polished, all of that good stuff, and put them on that motor. Or I could just get LS3 heads and don't do anything with them. So I'm assuming I could probably send out my heads, get them done anywhere between $400 and $500. Ported, polished, back to me, flowing nicely with the cathedral port head as opposed to the rectangle that the LS3 heads are. But anyway, I'm thinking if I send those out, it's going to cost me $400 to $500. But I could pick up a used set of LS3s for about $700. So that's like a difference of $300. But I could also sell my heads. I can change that valve seal. It's one valve seal. I remember when we put it in, I saw it was a little weak look like, but anyway, that was many years ago. So I'm thinking sell. I could potentially get LS3 heads, sell my heads for about $350. 243s are very desirable. Probably about $350, and now it's the same thing, right? So which way do I go? But the only difference is through my research, I understand that if I do LS3 heads, then that is going to require me to change the intake manifold to match, the fuel rails to match, and injectors I don't care about because I need bigger injectors anyway for what I plan to do. So I'm thinking with LQ9 or LY6, my cam, ported heads or LS3 heads with all my supporting mods through my auto, which is a 4L60. We'll get back to that in a minute. But through that, I'm thinking that the car should be able to put down my number of about 450. You guys tell me what your experiences are. You tell me if I'm right or wrong. So that would be stage one. Remember that I still have that 150 shot. I will be much more apt to spray the hell out of that iron block rather than spraying my LS1 that I have right now. That's another thing. I'm going to sell my LS1. So whatever motor I buy, the LS1 is pretty much going to pay for that short block. I'm going to sell my short block from my LS1. So if anybody's looking for an LS1 short block, boom, there you go. I think my car currently has 43,000 miles, 44,000 miles. So low mileage car. It'd be a good pickup for somebody. Now, like I said, I'll have the $150 shot. So I know for sure from my experience in working with nitrous and spraying before, I've hit the 100 shot and it made 100 wheel horsepower and like 130 foot-pounds of torque. So my estimate is that 450 motor, 600 wheel horsepower on spray with 150 shot, and just a little over, probably like 630, 650 torque on spray. I'm thinking with that, I could do some serious damage, and it'll be much faster than the Porsche. I can tell you that. It'll like lead the Porsche in the dust with those type of numbers. Now the question is my training, right? The good old 4L60, right? Currently, I have a training cooler hooked up to it. I'm not running through the factory cooler radiator thing. I have its own external cooler. I was thinking about maybe beefing that up a little bit to help it last. My understanding is it could work and it could blow up. Either way, I'll be happy. I'm not going to do drag racing from digs. I don't do digs. There's just too much to go wrong. So this is all going to be from rolls anyway. So if it could last me from 30-mile-per-hour rolls up until stage 2, I'm good. If it doesn't, cool. I just bring stage 2 on a little bit earlier. Stage 2, surfing Corvette forum like a madman, searching wherever I can find like a madman, and find a supercharger kit. Find someone that's taking off a supercharger kit, preferably something that can handle a significant amount of a boost. So my goal is through that stock bottom end, and I'm not crazy because I've seen it a good amount of times over and talked to the guys at ECS who said they've seen it too. Guys pushing 800 to the tire through a stock iron block bottom or stock LS3. So that's what I'm going for. I'm going to go for 800 to the tire for stage 2, and that's just using boost, upping fuel, and tuning, just the right tuning. Also meth, incorporating meth injection to keep it safe. Now ECS would completely do stage 2. I would just find a kit either from them. Sometimes they have takeoffs. Don't tell them because then you're going to take the one I want. But getting a takeoff, taking it to them, letting them complete it, go through it, even if it means like sending it out, make sure the supercharger is good and everything. But allow them to do the complete install and tuning. And yes, 800 is the number. Now I know for sure my training probably won't hold it. I'm pretty sure it'll hold the 450. 800, probably not. I am prepared that I understand that if I blow up in training, cool. I know what my next step is, which is going to have to be an RPM transmission for that comparable power level. But I need your help. If there's something that I'm missing, something that I'm not thinking of, another way that I could go about reaching those numbers, please, 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 please tell me. Share with me. Put it all in the comments. I will read it, I promise. And for everyone that does, I will respond with what my thought process is. Any help that I can get is much appreciated. And for anyone that is local, when I do the dyno for stage 1, come. I'll send you the information. Come, check it out. Let's see what it does. Yeah. So I definitely suggest that you guys subscribe if you like this series. What should I do? The next one is probably going to be based on the Porsche, or probably be based on a Porsche, or maybe we'll be talking about the Vet again. I don't know. But subscribe. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. Tell me what you want to see. All right? Again, this is Stefan from Mod to Fame. All right. Talk to you guys soon.